Secret Service says it is appalled by DEI rhetoric against female agents after Trump rally shooting. I was appalled by the female agent's performance. Did you see them? They're like hiding down behind cover and like not covering Donald Trump. One of them couldn't even get her gun in the holster. Oh, it was a joke. Saturday's shooting is the latest instance of right-leaning social media accounts trying to link diversity, equity, and inclusion programs to deeply troubling news events. Those women had no basically. See when I used to work the doors and I'd be like, oh, who have I got on tonight? Oh, I've got Aftab. That's brilliant. Aftab's like 6'7". Great big Pakistani boy. He's massive. Nobody fucks with him. That's excellent. Who else have I got? Helen. All right, cool. Helen's 5'3". Helen's 5'3" and looks like she hasn't eaten in years. That's great. That's wonderful. Thanks very much. Cool. And it's Old Firm Day as well, so that's going to be a fun thing. I hated being on with women. I hated it, especially if it was a two doorman job, and it's me and this like little woman. Unless it was a lesbian, Jesus Christ, they can throw down, man. If it's a lesbian, then fine, fucking hell, they can scrap. I've seen them. You know, man, there's been a few times where I've seen one take a guy to the ground, and I'm like, God damn, man, shame you're gay. But like, yeah, but like, see when it comes to security and personal protection, I'm sorry, ladies, you've no business. You've no business being there, especially when you're guarding someone as important as the next president of the United States. The US Secret Service said Wednesday that it stood by its female agents, well, they didn't stand by Trump, and was appalled by some of the criticism they've received on conservative social media since Saturday's attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump, future president. The Secret Service, in a statement to NBC News, said that the criticisms from pundits and influencers was baseless. There is video evidence. But anyway, the agency also stood by its commitment to diversity and recruiting as helping, not hurting, the effectiveness of its protective teams. The statement follows a multi-day campaign of derision by some conservatives who accused Kimberly Cheeto, the Secret Service director, of being unqualified and who said that female agents assigned to Trump hadn't been physically capable of protecting him. Some critics said that the Secret Service should return to being all-male, which it hasn't been since 1970. Anthony the Secret Service Chief of Communication, said in a statement, "We stand united against any attempt to discredit our personnel and their invaluable contributions to our mission, and are appalled by the disparaging and disgusting comments against any of our personnel." Like, we've seen it. Like, they had no idea what they were doing. As an elite law enforcement agency, all of our agents and officers are highly trained and fully capable of performing our missions, he said. It is an insult to the women of our agency to imply that they are unqualified based on gender. Such baseless assertions, it's not baseless, there's video evidence. Assertions undermine the professionalism, dedication, and expertise of our workforce, he added. Trump was wounded in his right ear at Saturday's chaotic rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. An attendee was killed trying to protect his family, and another two were seriously injured. The failure of the Secret Service to stop the gunman before he was in a position to shoot has come under intense scrutiny because nobody saw that kid walking up to that building with a ladder and a rifle. Like, no one saw that. I mean, the Trump attendees saw it. They reported it. What happened? Oh no, what happened there, big guy? With lawmakers demanding answers and an independent review panel investigating the circumstances. Attendees have said they pointed out the would-be assassin to law enforcement and took video of him for at least 2 minutes before Trump was struck, according to an NBC News review of video clips. But the criticism of the female agents has been different. At least 3 female agents were among those protecting Trump in the moments after the shooting. According to videos and in the days since, their actions have become popular targets of criticisms and jokes amongst conservatives, with several posts on X receiving more than 10 million views. The criticisms follow a pattern from other recent news events where conservative pundits and lawmakers, without evidence, cite diversity, equity, and inclusion programs as a contributing cause in disasters as disparate as the Boeing-made airplane problems or the Baltimore Bridge collapse. I know it's definitely not that. I mean, When you start hiring people based on their gender, race, or sexual orientation and not on their ability to do the actual job, then of course things stay the same and they get better even in some cases. They don't get worse. When you start hiring less skilled people, things don't get worse. And we are all silly, silly sausages for even thinking that. Fucking stupid. Where was I? Oh, yeah. It's not clear what the exact roles were for the individual female agents who are appearing in memes and photos. Some photos and videos show female agents leaping towards Trump and fully covering the front of his body, while some conservatives online have picked out other photos of female agents at the scene that they argue show incompetence or inaction. Anti-DEI commentators have tried to create the impression that female agents were not only too short, but somehow less prepared and responsive than their male counterparts, evoking traditional gender roles. Some mocked the women as belonging in the kitchen. By the way, that is actually a part. I actually got my CP license. Shut up. Stands for close protection. And yeah, being taller than the person you're protecting is actually an important thing that they look for. That's why a lot of guys that get CP licenses, they're all big 6 foot fuckers, because you have to use your body and also like go over the top, because sometimes people throw things and all that as well, and if their head's poking out, you know, it's a great big target. That height is actually very, very important in close protection. One meme with 10 million views on X used 2 contrasting photos to speculate that diversity efforts in the Secret Service had led to the demotion of muscular men with large sniper rifles in favour of female agents with less powerful handguns. Both photos appear to show presidential security staff, one of a male sniper photographed by Reuters near the White House in 2020, and one of a female agent Saturday. Another conservative comment is this article's just going, "You keep making fun of women, I'll defend you. I'll defend my lady." Like, that's what it is. Conservatives keep making fun of us on Twitter. Another conservative commentator used a photo of what appears to be the same female agent during or immediately after the shooting as evidence for why women should not be allowed to do presidential protection details. The photo shows the agent crouching near, but not part of, a huddle of other agents covering Trump's body. That post had more than 11 million views. Kenneth Valentine, a retired Secret Service agent and supervisor, said the photo was not evidence by itself that the female agent was in the wrong position. There are a lot of reasons why she might not be on top of that pile, he said in an interview. He said that she might have been approaching from farther away or might have been in the process of switching positions. She was actually crouched down hiding behind the stage. There's photos of that as well. But anyway, Valentine, who served under President Bill Clinton, George W. Bush and Barack Obama, said the criticism of women in the Secret Service was generally misplaced. I mean, it's fine if they work in the office. Getting the coffees. But anyway, there are some unbelievable female agents, he said. They are very welcome, they are needed, and I can't imagine my tenure in the Secret Service without that kind of diversity. I love how it's still all about the diversity. What about protecting the president? What about that? That's what the job should be about. That is what it should be about. The Secret Service is led by Cheeto, its second female director, and women make up 24% of its total workforce, of which presidential details are one part. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene on Tuesday called Cheeto a DEI hire and said that she should resign. Rep. Tim Burchett called Cheeto a DEI initiative person in an appearance on Fox News. Green's office did not respond to a request for comment. Burchett's office said the congressman believed the Biden administration has hired for diversity at the expense of merit. Guglielmi, the Secret Service spokesperson, said DEI was about finding talented people. No, it's not. No, it's not. By definition, it is not. You hire people based on race, gender, and sexual orientation. That is what DEI is. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. The way we were doing it before is the best person for the job got hired. Right? DEI specifically says you're not allowed to do that anymore. You now must hire based on race. It's the opposite. It's not about finding talented people. Yeah, maybe some of them have talent, but they're not the most talented. And when you're hiring for any kind of job, you want the best person at it. Like, say, for example, if I needed some, like, really, really serious surgery and I had a choice between great big Chad McWhiteman or a little tiny Indian woman, but the Indian woman is, like, the best surgeon in the world. She's, like, Doctor Strange before the accident good. I want her. I want her. Right, I'm not basing it on race. Or if it was the big Chad McWhiteman and he was the best, I want him. I don't care. I want the best person for the job. That is the way that you should be doing it. DEI says that you can't do that. You're like, oh no, you don't get the best person for the job. You can get someone that's like kind of good, but they must be black. They must be gay. Like, that's what it is. Right, so shut up, man. Fucking pissing in my leg and tell me it's raining. Our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, they always have to get those fucking buzzwords in there, ensures that we attract the best talent, fostering a robust and effective team that reflects the society we serve, he said in a statement. Oh shit, well I guess that before that you weren't getting the best talent, so you should fire everybody else in the Secret Service that was fucking employed before you had DEI, because obviously they're not the best for the job. There was no DEI back then, so they're not the best for the job, so you should fire them. Of course. Because you weren't getting the best people then. You're only getting the best people now with DEI. Back then, it was only like dribblers and stuff like that were applying for the Secret Service. Of course. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. On its website, the Secret Service lauds diversity as critical to our success. Fucking Christ. Many of the posts criticising the agency conflated DEI programmes with race or gender-based hiring quotas, which are unlawful. Yes, they are, but they still do it. The BBC fucking came out with job ads that essentially said whiteys need not apply. Several groups that support women in law enforcement, including Women in Federal Law Enforcement and the National Association of Women Law Enforcement Executives, condemned the criticism and reiterated that their collective efforts have been... hold on. I'm sorry, I need to go right now. Sorry, guys. But anyway, if you want to run a security detail, just use men.